Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find our Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will be getting daily, weekly and monthly current affairs on regular basis. You can use code VIKAS10 to get additional 10% discount while purchasing the course. This video is available both in English and Hindi. The timestamp for both English and Hindi are mentioned in the description of each video. You can contact us on the number provided or mail provided. Also follow us on Telegram and Instagram, and the link for the same is provided in the description of each video. Also students, we have started a new initiative that is of handwritten notes. It is helpful to understand the news daily, time saving and very useful for your revision. We aims to cover 15 questions via handwritten notes in upcoming bank exams. These handwritten notes are available on daily current affairs content PDF at our mobile application and website careerscloud.in. Only our Crack Current Affairs subscribers will be able to access these handwritten notes. A sample PDF of the handwritten notes will be available in the description. Hello everyone. So in this video students, we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic National Affairs for August month. Session will be quite interesting and important, so stay tuned till the end. Let's start. First is recently Ministry of Earth Science celebrated their 18th Foundation Day when at the headquarters in Prithvi Bhavan in New Delhi. So 18th Foundation Day of Ministry of Earth Science was celebrated on 27th of July 2024. Right, this marks the 20 years right of significant contribution made by Ministry of Earth Science, and it was the 18th Foundation Day of the Ministry of Earth Science. Next is the Ministry of Power has recently inaugurated the National Feeder Monitoring System Control Center on REC Limited's 55th Foundation Day at Dash. So Ministry of Power, they inaugurated the National Feeder Monitoring System Control Center on REC Limited's 55th Foundation Day at what is the location? It will be at Gurugram, Haryana. Also Gurugram, Haryana, the headquarter of International Solar Alliance. Also next thing remember, right, this was the 55th Foundation Day of REC. Correct. This NFMS, that is National Feeder Monitoring System, this is a flagship initiative of the Ministry of Power that provides real-time access to the complete information of the power supply. Next, UP Finance Minister Suresh Kumar Khanna presented a supplementary budget of how much for the FY25. So UP's Finance Minister Suresh Kumar Khanna presented a supplementary budget of 12,909.93 crore rupees for FY25. The aim here is to basically increase the sectors such as industrial development, energy and education. Next, the Karnataka government has approved the proposal of renaming the Ramnagara district as Dash. So the Ramnagara district or in the Karnataka government or Karnataka state can be district or changed to as Bengaluru South district. I repeat, Karnataka government has approved proposal of renaming the Ramnagara district as Bengaluru South district. Option 5 is right. Next, Union Communication Minister Jyotiraditya M. Scindia recently inaugurated the Network Operations Center NOC at Dash. It was inaugurated where? At C. in New Delhi. C. is Center for Development of Telematics. Right, this NOC hosts indigenously developed security infrastructure that is for the purpose of tracking and identifying various cyber related threats. Right, take a note of it. Next, the TRAI, that is Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, has recently revised the standard of quality of service for access and broadband services with effect from Dash, with effect from 1st of January 2025. It has mandated to provide the service provider to display the technology, that whether it is 2G, 3G, 4G or 5G, with mobile coverage maps on their website. Next, the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has approved 8 national high-speed railroad corridor projects with a length of 936 kilometers for Dash across India. That is for how much amount? 50,655 crore rupees across India. Next, which Indian ministry has introduced new standard operating procedures to facilitate the seamless transportation of human organs by air, road, rail and waterways. Which is it? Tell me. It is Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Right? The main goal here is basically to transport these live organs in a better condition, right? That will be needed for the timely delivery so that the organ's shelf life can increase and the person who will having this transplant of those organs can benefit from it. Next, in August, the government of India declared Adi Chungiri in Dash as Peacock Sanctuary. So it is where? It is in Karnataka. Right? This is a breeding and conservation centers that has been established by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change to protect peacocks. Right? Peacock, we know it is the national bird of India since 1963. Next, who is the current chairperson of the National Institute of Public Cooperation and Child Development? So Annapurna Devi, right? She is the current chairperson of National Institute of Public Cooperation and Child Development. Next, which program or scheme has recently launched Million Designers Billion Dreamers initiative in collaboration with Leap Design? So, which program? The name of the program is Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission. It has recently launched Million Designers Billions Dream initiative in collaboration with Leap Designers. Next, name the self-regulatory body that was recently established by the Indian gold sector for the first time. What is the name of that self-regulatory body? It is Indian Association for Gold Excellence and Standards. The aim here is to promote fair, transparent and sustainable practices in the bullion industry. Next, in which state Guru Ghasidas Tamor Pingla Tiger Reserve is located? Where is this located? It is located in Chhattisgarh. Right? And this is the fourth tiger reserve of Chhattisgarh. Next, which state has recently launched India's first round-the-clock grain ATM, Annapurti by the name? This Annapurti. This is the name of this round-the-clock grain ATM and it was in partnership with United Nations World Food Program. So, in which state it has been launched? Tell me. This Annapurti, it was launched in Odisha. This will be a public distribution system that will be working 24/7. Right? And it can dispense up to 50 kilograms of grains within 5 minutes. Next, Prime Minister Narendra Modi released 109 new varieties of 61 crops that are developed by Dash in New Delhi. So these 109 new varieties of 61 crops are developed by ICAR, that is Indian Council of Agriculture Research. Right? These are high yielding, climate resilient and biofortified crops. And if it is asked, that is ICAR's arm, that is IARI, that is Indian Agriculture Research Institute in Pusa, New Delhi, that is an arm of ICAR that has developed these new varieties. Next, by which year the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare set to eliminate lymphatic filariasis? It is by 2027. Right? Union Health Minister aims to eliminate lymphatic filariasis by 2027. Right? This is also a mosquito-borne disease. Next, which department has recently notified the guidelines for the nationwide Digital Life Certificate Campaign 3.0? It is Department of Pension and Pensioners Welfare. Right? They have notified these guidelines for the nationwide Digital Life Certificate Campaign 3.0 that will be across more than 800 cities and districts across India. Here, the pensioners must submit their life certificate annually in November to continue to receive their pension amount that they are receiving from the government. Next, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, they have recently granted approval for the Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited to invest an additional equity capital of up to how much in ONGC Petro Additions Limited. So, up to how much will be an additional equity capital will be invested. So, that will be around 10,501 crore rupees. Additional amount will be here. Then remember this OPAL. Correct? This OPL, this is a joint venture that is between ONGC, Gas Authority of India Limited, Gujarat State Petroleum Corporation Limited. Next, According to the newly introduced Offshore Area Minerals Trust Rules of 2024, the production leaseholders of the offshore mines must contribute dash of their royalty payments to the trust. So they must contribute how much? They must contribute 10% of their royalty payments to the trust, and this sum will be deposited in the public account of India. That will strengthen the trust financial foundation, and the trust will also promote sustainable exploration while ensuring environmental conservation. Next, which ministry has recently launched the standard operating procedure for the green tug transition program? So, which of the following ministry has launched this standard operating procedures for green tug transition program? It is Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways. This initiative aims to replace the conventional fuel based tugs with eco-friendly alternatives in the Indian ports and shipping industry. Correct? And these green tug transition program is designed to phase out the conventional fuel based harbor tugs that are operating in the Indian ports and replace them with green tugs. Next, which state has recently declared petroglyphs and geoglyphs, that are the rock arts in Ratnagiri, as protected monuments? So where are they? They are in Maharashtra, right? And they have been declared as protected monuments. Ratnagiri, they have more than 1500 such artworks that are spread across 70 sites, right? And 7 of which are on UNESCO's tentative World Heritage list also. Next, what was the denomination of the coin that was recently released to mark the birth centenary of former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Kalaigar Muthuval Karunanidhi? So, what is the denomination of that coin? It is 100 rupees coin. Direct question, remember. This coin weighs 35 grams. It has 44 millimeter in diameter. It composes of 4 alloys, that is silver, copper, nickel and zinc. Next, which company has recently partnered with the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and SIDBI to transform fair price shops into Jan Poshan Kendras? So, which organization is partnering with them? It is Udaan. Udaan is that company that has partnered with Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food, Public Distribution and SIDBI along with SIDBI. So these 3 organizations are working together so that they can transform these FPS, that is your fair price shops, into Jan Poshan Kendras. Right? And with this you will be seeing the initiative will eventually modernize these 1.3 lakh shops with long-term goal of converting almost 5.38 lakh ration shops into Jan Poshan Kendras. Next, North Eastern Handicrafts and Handloom Development Corporation Limited secured OCO-Tex certification for which product? This was for Eri Silk product, right? This Eri Silk product is of Assam, right? And this OCO-Tex certification, right? This standard ensures textiles that, I repeat, this OCO-Tex certification ensures that the textiles are tested for harmful substances and they are produced in eco-friendly condition. I repeat, this OCO-Tex certification is basically ensuring textiles are tested for harmful substances and they are produced in eco-friendly condition. And this Eri silk, remember, this is the world's only vegan silk. This is a vegan silk and it is of Assam. Correct? It also got the GI tag from Assam. Next, which ministry has created new divisions, namely the Household Survey Division and the Enterprise Survey Division? It is Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Correct? And this aims to increase the frequency of various surveys that includes such as your periodic labor force survey and also to reduce the time lags in their release of those surveys or the reports for those surveys. Next, which company has announced to invest 36,238 crore rupees for India's first green ammonia plant in Thoothukudi, Tamil Nadu? It is Sembcorp Industries. Right, this is the they will be investing almost 36,238 crore rupees for India's first green ammonia plant that is in Thoothukudi, Tamil Nadu. And Tamil Nadu will be the first state in India to roll out the commercial production of large-scale green hydrogen molecules. Next, which country has recently partnered with National Mission for Clean Ganga and IIT Bhubaneswar University or IIT Banaras Hindu University to launch a smart laboratory on clean rivers project in Varanasi, UP. So it is Denmark country that is working with National Mission for Clean Ganga along with IIT Banaras Hindu University and right? This is basically for rejuvenation of the small rivers, correct, in Varanasi, UP. Next, Government of India has launched the project Bharat Zero Emission Trucking Policy. That is a document that aims to achieve the 100% ZET, that is zero emission truck sales penetration, by which year? It is by 2050. Right? We know that in our logistics sector a huge amount of pollution is created. So in order to reduce that pollution, right, all the trucks, they can be shifted to either renewable sources of energy, that is your electric vehicle, green hydrogen, green ammonia, and so on, so that the pollution can be reduced, right? And the aim here is to achieve 100% zero emission trucking sales penetration by 2050. Next, recently Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman released a postal stamp to commemorate the 165th Income Tax Day, which was observed when? Which was observed on 24th of July 2024. Correct? And remember, this year 2024, it was 165th edition of the Income Tax Day that was observed. Next, which of the following is not one of the 5 districts that were newly created in the Union Territory of Ladakh? So, Hemis is not one of the 5 districts that were created in the Union Territory of Ladakh. The rest 4 are there, right? That are Zanskar, Dras, Sham, Nubra, and Changthang. So, Sham is also there. So, these are the 5. Hemis is not one of them. Next, according to the recently launched vehicle scrapping policy or voluntary vehicle modernization program, state governments will offer a concession on motor vehicle tax of up to how much percent for non-transport vehicles. So a concession of up to 25% will be provided if you are scrapping your car that have crossed the age limit, right? And on that you will be getting a 25% concession for motor vehicle tax. So students, that's all for the day. Now let's move to some revision part that will be beneficial in your learning for competitive exams. We will be starting with national affairs. Here you see India and Colombia. They have signed an audio-visual co-production agreement to boost the film co-production and cultural ties between India and Colombia. Then BEML, they have won 866.87 crore rupees contract to build Made in India bullet trains. Then Jyotiraditya Scindia has inaugurated International 6G Symposium. Cabinet has approved the additional installment of 3% of the DNS allowance to the central government employees, right? So DA and DR has been increased by 3%. Then Nityanand Rai has attended the Asia Pacific Ministerial Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction meeting. Where was it held? It was held in Manila, Philippines. Then India has hosted the 19th edition of International Conference of Drug Regulatory Authority meeting for the first time in New Delhi. Next is Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog has organized a 2-day international methanol seminar and Expo 2024. Take a note of this. Then President of India Draupadi Murmu was conferred with honorary doctorate in Algeria. Our Union Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, who is our External Minister, has inaugurated the 2nd edition of art exhibition Silent Conversion from Margins to the Center. Then Ministry of Rural Development has signed an MOU with 10 banks to promote individual financing for higher order enterprises. Then if we talk about Manipur, Mera Hou Chongba festival was observed to foster unity between hill and valley indigenous communities. Then government and Meta, that was earlier known as Facebook, they have joined forces for Scam Se Bachao campaign to tackle the rising online scams. Then railway, they will be cutting the advance booking period from 120 days to just 60 days. When was World Ranger Day annually observed across the globe to commemorate the rangers killed or injured in the line of duty? It is 31st of July, right? And the theme for this year is 30 by 30. This is the theme here. The first edition or the first ever World Ranger Day was observed in the year 2007 on 31st of July. And this was in this, why? Because on 31st of July 2007, it was the 15th anniversary of the founding of IRF. Right? Next. When was the World Lung Cancer Day annually observed across the globe? So on 1st of August, we observe World Lung Cancer Day, and it is to basically create awareness about the lung cancer, that is one of the deadliest cancer globally. Right? Then pearl or white ribbon, this is the symbol for World Lung Cancer Day. Then there is a theme also for this: Stronger Together, United for Lung Cancer Awareness. Next, the Muslim Women's Right Day is annually observed across India on which day to commemorate the enactment of Muslim Women Act of 2019, which prohibits the practice of triple talaq in India. So this is observed on 1st of August, right? And this is basically to prohibit the practice of triple talaq in India. And the first ever Muslim Women's Right Day was observed on 1st of August in 2020. Next, World FinTech Day is annually observed across the globe on dash to raise awareness about the growing importance of fintech sector in modernizing the financial services. So on 1st of August we observe World FinTech Day, right? And this day, also remember, fintech is basically finance and technology when they come together. Similarly, edtech is when education and technology comes together. Biotech is when biotechnology or biology and technology comes together. Next, Earth Overshoot Day marks the date when humanity's demand for ecological resources and services in a given year exceeds what Earth can regenerate in that year. So Earth Overshoot Day was observed when? So Earth Overshoot Day is generally observed when? So Earth Overshoot Day is observed on 1st of August. Right? And as just we saw that this day is observed when the humanity's demand for the resources and services extend or exceeds the capacity of Earth to regenerate those resources. Right? And for the first time, this day was observed in 1971. Next, when was World Breastfeeding Week annually celebrated across the globe? It is the first week of August that we observe or we celebrate World Breastfeeding Week, and this day from 1st to 7th of August. Then there is a theme that you should remember, theme being closing the gap, breastfeeding support for all, and for the first time it was observed in 1992. Next, when was the World Wide Web Day annually observed across the globe? It is annually observed on 1st of August. And WWW, it is basically the impact of this World Wide Web. What is this? This is internet, right? So the impact of this on the globally or on the world that we saw, and with this we are able to store a huge amount of data on our online, and we can share data, and everything that you are seeing in today's world is because of World Wide Web, or known as internet also, right? There are three components of this, that is URL, HTTP and HTML. Right? URL is your uniform resource locator, HTTP is your hypertext transfer protocol, and HTML is basically a hypertext markup language that is used to make web pages. Next, when was the Indian Organ Donation Day annually celebrated to commemorate the first successful heart transplant in India? So it is observed on 3rd of August, and this is basically to commemorate the first successful transplant or heart transplant in India. Right? And this year in 2024, it was the 14th edition of IODD, that is Indian Organ Donation Day. Correct? If we talk about World Organ Donation Day, this is your Indian Organ Donation Day. If we are talking about World Organ Donation Day, it is observed on 13th of August. Next, when was National Bone and Joint Day annually observed across India? It is 4th of August we observed National Bone and Joint Day. Correct? And the first ever National Bone and Joint Day was observed on 4th of August. Next, when was the Hiroshima Day annually observed across the globe to commemorate atomic bombings of Hiroshima in Japan by USA in 1945? So the first bomb or atomic bomb that was launched was on Hiroshima, right? And it was back in 1945, and it was on 6th of August. So 6th of August is observed as Hiroshima Day. And this year it was the 79th anniversary of this atomic bombing on Hiroshima, right? And if you remember, it was 1939 to 1945 that we observed World War II, and just after these bombing, the world war stopped, right? What was the name of that atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima? It was Little Boy. It was Little Boy. Next, when was National Handloom Day annually observed across India? It was 7th of August we observed National Handloom Day. Also, this day is celebrated to commemorate the Swadeshi movement. Swadeshi movement. Can you tell me when was Swadeshi movement launched? It was on 7th of August. Hence 7th of August is observed as National Handloom Day. And in which year? 1905. Right? And it was in 2015 that the government of India designated 7th of August every year. It will be observed as National Handloom Day. Next, when was National Javelin Day annually observed across India to commemorate Neeraj Chopra's gold medal in the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games? So it is 7th of August we observe National Javelin Day, and this is basically to celebrate the Neeraj Chopra's victory by winning gold medal in the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. And this year in 2024 it was the third edition of the National Javelin Day.